All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to what would normally be the Nobody Entertainment Podcast. But as I said in last week's recording, we were going to be doing something a little bit different because we have crossed that 13 favorite game threshold to jump into something new, which is kill your babies. So, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be playing the sweet, sweet, sweet game of kill your babies. But before we do that, let me introduce my esteemed, beautiful, succulent co-host and participant, guest, whatever, John, Mr. Nobody himself.
I don't know if I should take offense to that.
Yep, you're the nobody numero uno. So, John, welcome to the game show.
The game show. All right.
Kill your babies.
Was I supposed to download something for this?
Absolutely not. I prepared this literally 10 minutes before we jumped on here. It's actually what I was doing, and I missed your message. I was not late. I was on here and up. You messaged me at 8:03. I was raring to go. But we'll get into that another time, John. For now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to introduce you to the patent pending Kill Your Babies board. And it looks a little bit of something. Let me take these off. Like this. So it's beautiful. Can we see this? We have this whole thing in view.
Not the whole thing. We do have it.
This section, I assume, is in.
Yes.
That's the important part. So, John, we're going to start this off pretty quick and pretty simple. And hopefully you understand that this is going to be the entirety of our content for today. So make sure that we make this last and make this fun. So I'm just going to ask you, over the last 13 weeks, you and I, let me adjust this because that's a good sign. Thank you, sir.
Love you.
Boom. That's even nope. Let me get in here.
Back up. Stop harassing that camera.
That's a good idea. Oh man, you can see too much of my sweats.
COVID.
Yeah, that's where it's at, right there. All right, that'll be good enough. That right there. I'm going to hold this just like this. I just got to figure out which way to slide. All right. So, over the last 13 or so weeks, we have been listing what is our favorite games of all time. I'm just curious to see how good your memory is. Do you remember any of your favorite 13 games that you listed throughout the course of the last 13 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your style. What would you say they were? Would they have been Pokemon Red?
Yeah.
TMNT Turtles in Time.
On the SNES, you bet.
Warcraft 3. Star Fox.
On SNES.
There is no other version.
Well, there's the 64 version.
Well, that would be Star Fox 64, which is a different game, John.
I'm sorry.
Heroes of Might and Magic. Trace.
Dry.
Sins of a Solar Empire.
Mm-hmm.
StarCraft. Killing Floor.
Yep.
We're getting there.
Chex Quest.
I dropped one, but I'll pick it up. Warzone 2100.
Yep.
Okay. Alien vs. Predator. There it is. The creme de la creme. Chex Quest. Alien 3.
I was like.
And last but not least, Pata Pawn, or whatever.
Pawn, Patapon.
So this is what your favorite 13 games of all time looks like. So let's see if I can find the right motion here. All right. So what I need from you is I need you to give me a quick rundown. Just we'll go from top to bottom. You don't necessarily need to say what the game is, but if you want to give just a really brief synopsis,
Why?
just
Okay,
brief,
I
and
got this.
then
We're gonna go Spitfire,
say,
just
yep, and
fast.
then just say why it's one of your favorite games of all time. So we'll start up here.
Oh
Pokemon
no,
Red.
I thought I could combine them both. Like this is why it's awesome, or was awesome.
Yeah, by all means. Start
All
with
right,
Pokemon Red. Go.
Pokemon Red, uh, over level 100,
You
freaking
get 15 seconds for each one.
trading, mobile gaming, friends, crushing it at tournaments. All
Done.
right, yeah.
TMNT.
TMT, Turtles in Time, side scroll, hack and slash, mystery stuff, awesome boss fights, and arcade funness.
Good choice. Warcraft 3.
Smashing it as the orcs, horde for life, baby, destroying all noobs around me. Number 14 on the ladders at one point in time.
Nicely said. And last but not least on this line, Star Fox.
Polygon 3D madness at its best.
Okay, jumping over here if I can get the right direction. Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
Chess on steroids. Gotta love that fantasy play. Gotta love crushing your relatives, especially your dad, when he's sitting next to you drinking hot coffee and you're smarter than him at strategy games.
Gotta love crushing your dad. Sins of a Solar Empire.
Sins of a Solar Empire, massive RTS, great LAN party game. Used to stress out 32-bit systems, but just like massive battles where you have to tell your friend to zoom out because his computer can't handle it. Yeah, that was Sins of a Solar Empire. StarCraft. RTS, love it. Went to LAN parties, smashing friends, coming up with great strategies that lasted for a long time. StarCraft 2 not as good as StarCraft 1. Killing Floor, just shooting shit. Just kill it till it's dead. Alien 3, side scroll kind of platform game. One of the greatest genres I can find in the sci-fi realm. Really captured my imagination, and definitely a game that my parents let me play, even though I was maybe a little too young for Aliens genre. Chex Quest. It was free. It was a Doom clone. It came in cereal, and it was a good game. It was a good first-person shooter that was free, and my computer could handle it.
I will say I played this, and it is
You,
also. I had fun. I had fun.
yeah, you played the HD version. It's all the same thing. Not the same thing.
It's all the same.
AVP. Again, another great first-person shooter. Although if you're the alien, you don't really shoot things. It had well-balanced different species that I don't believe any other game has fully been able to replicate as far as like different combat movement styles. It's pretty good. Warzone 2100. If you need a tech tree that you have to keep on reading every time you play the game, and then you dream about the different combinations you can do to make the ultimate army, that's your game. Defunct Studio, Pumpkinhead Studios, love you, wish you were still around. Patapon, way to make a white boy have some kind of rhythm. Thank you. It was a struggle, but I got it. It was a
I think you
struggle.
nailed it. I think you nailed it. So, this is what your 13 games looked like. But what I need you to do now is I need you to look through this list of 13 games.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to tell me which one of these 13 you would consider to be your favorite game of all time. On this list.
All time?
Yep. Just your favorite game on this list that you would have to say is your favorite.
Done.
Don't give me a number 2. Don't
number 1.
Delineate number 1. Only number 1.
I mean, I haven't bought the most copies of this game, but yeah. You want me to tell you you're getting hot or cold or what? What are you looking for?
Oh, it's definitely this one, right?
No,
No.
that's close.
Okay.
That's close.
So it's
now Warcraft 3 is definitely the game that I've bought the most copies of. Like Blizzard got the most money.
It's this one right here.
Yeah, it's Heroes of Might and Magic.
Okay. So we understand that Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is an amazing game. You love it. It's awesome. But for the sake of this game, it is getting removed from the Kill Your Babies board. It is very easily, if it's your favorite, it's going to be the one that ends up being number 1 on the list. So we don't want that. We want to create a little bit more randomness to the game. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just for this moment, I'm just going to remove just to see where our paths have crossed. I'm going to remove in order the games that I have also played. They'll be coming back. Don't get worried. So I've played Star Fox. I have played TMNT Turtles in Time. I have played Killing Floor. I have played, thanks to you. Oh, I played Patapon. I've also played. I got to find it here, so I'm working backwards. There it is. Chex Quest and Alien versus Predator. So that's where our paths have crossed. These games are the games I have not personally delved into. I've played versions or similar games to StarCraft. Pokemon Red, I've dabbled in some of the Pokemon games, but I've never particularly played any other one Pokemon game. So I think the best way to do this is we'll go through yours, and then even though I have all the setup for mine as well, we will then go through mine, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So
I don't even have my box.
Yeah, you don't. I've got on mine. I'll run it. You just got to be able to interject and have some fun.
Okay.
All right. So the way this is going to work is very simple. I'm going to put 2 games on the board, and you got to kill one
yours
of your
and mine.
Nope, they're all just yours.
Oh, okay.
Unless we want to do a little bit of a mix and match here. Do you want to, like, we can debate? We can debate whose should go and who should stay.
Oh, I was just saying, like, at random, you pull them up, and if it's my turn, maybe I get one of yours, maybe I get both of mine, but I've got to still kill one. So, and whoever has the most left over at the end maybe gets the win. No? Okay, it's too late. I'm changing the dynamic of the game. I'm sorry. Go.
That's fine. Here we go. We're going to start out with, and I'm going to try to select these as randomly as possible. I don't want to necessarily pit any of my thoughts against it. So we're going to throw 2 on the board, okay? Let me flip this
over?
bad.
Are they in a hat?
Well, see, what I did initially is I wrote them on the back of a Post-it, not realizing that it was the most transparent thing I had ever seen in my life. So the goal was to completely grab them blindly. But obviously that's not going to be the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at you, and I'm just going to grab 2 off of the board here. I see nothing but just animalistic sexuality. All right, I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see what the first 2 competitors are. Ooh, Patapon versus Sins of a Solar Empire. So, Again, delve into it. Which one do you want to kill?
Oh, Patapon.
Oh, that was a quick and easy. Quick and easy decision.
It's a single-player game. I no longer have a PSP anymore. I would have to have a PSP or a PS4. Maybe they got it over there. I think they did.
They did.
Yeah, it's too sim. Once you have the beat and you run through it once, you're done. So Sins of Solar Empire, because you have the LAN aspect, you have decent AI. It's a dynamic game. You can continue playing it.
So Sins of a Solar Empire makes it through round 1.
Yeah.
So we're going to randomize this again. Let me see what I got here.
Gosh, we're going to have to get down to games and not like this is the sci-fi genre that gives me my nerdor. How do you say boner but with nerd? Nerder?
Nerdrection.
An erection.
Ignore Sins of a Solar Empire.
Okay.
It's made it through round 1. Man. StarCraft and Warzone 2100.
Yep, both RTS.
Similar games, yeah, similar games.
Fuck Blizzard. Warzone 2100.
Really?
It's the studio. It's not the game. But yeah, Warzone 2100. I have tons of memories with StarCraft, and I had some excellent strategies, but yeah.
It's done. It's crumpled. It's gone.
Oh, shit.
All right. Warzone 2100 makes it through round 1. All right. Let's go random again.
Random again. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Okay. All right. I feel like I really wish I could be that's a good pairing there. I think I know which route it's going to take. It's good. Here we go. Yeah, that's why it's called Kill Your
That's
Baby.
the OG Alien vs Predator.
No, this the one from what I remember, this is the one that was on the PC, and this would have been the one that they released. 3D for first-person shooter.
Yeah, and it gave the free pair of underwear. I know, Big Dog Studios or whatever it was. Warcraft 3
makes it through.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% on that.
Okay. I would be surprised if that's not the route that you took. All right, here we go.
Toss that like you were mad or something.
No, I'm okay with it. It's starting to show what kind of games you like to play, John.
Don't be like that.
All right, here we go. This will be a good pairing, and we'll put this guy over here. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, that's Pokemon
That's
Red.
easy. Makes it through, right? That's the wrong side. There it is.
Right. I was like, nah.
All right. Why does it make it through over Star Fox?
I definitely have more hours in Pokemon Red for sure, and multiplayer. I was able to like link up with other nerdy middle schoolers and crush their dreams and hopes, which gave me a whole level of satisfaction that StarCraft never could.
As it does.
Although
and
I do enjoy your 3D polygon gameplay.
the
Oh,
penultimate.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say. Well, this is where I'm going to stray from what I normally do. Okay, and God, man, yeah, I'm going to say Aliens 3.
Makes it through.
It makes it through. The nostalgia is going to beat Killing Floor. Killing Floor is a great game, and it does have that replayability, but I don't think it's as dynamic as it should be. They should have alternate game modes. But the content, and yeah, anyhow, we're sticking with it.
Bad choice. Bad choice.
Why was that a bad choice?
I have no idea. All right. The end of round one.
End of round one.
Do you know what was missing?
Chex Quest.
And?
Well, number one, right? Oh, TMT and Touch. Man.
That's a good pairing right there. I didn't plan it.
I know. I was like, if I had an SNES and 4 controllers.
4 controllers? You can only play a game 2-player. Unless you were in like the arcade. You couldn't put 4 controllers into a Super Nintendo.
Don't make me look this up.
Look it up.
I don't. You do it. Can't do it.
Well,
yeah. So, and that's the Chex Quest original. I'm gonna have to do TMT in time. Chex Quest is a great game, but the original wasn't multiplayer, and my current computer doesn't have a CD-ROM drive. Although, thank you, Studio, for putting out a new HD version that I was able to play with for my friends. But yeah, TMT, baby.
All right. Well, none
of those are like brand new games either.
That is the end of round one.
Round one.
And this is how we're going to keep this interesting, John. This is how we're going to keep this game a moving interestingly. All right? You ready? Let me give you guys a quick snapshot of what John's round 2 pairings could look like.
Dude, I think Bing listens to me because all I had to do was put TMT Turtles, and it was like in time 4 players SNES.
Yeah, it's not possible. Just because you see it doesn't mean it's true. All right. That is what we can look forward to in the next round. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Sins of a Solar Empire, Warzone 2100, Alien 3, Pokemon Red, and Warcraft 3. All right. So, like I said before, to try to keep this thing a little bit interesting and not just make it one-sided, because since I'm doing all the work here, I'm going to line up mine.
Line them up.
And we're gonna go ahead and alternate round 1, round 2, round. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bounce back and forth. So, I don't know if you can recall, but I have a list of my favorite games of all time here, in no particular order, of course. And you know, I'd say that my list is a little bit better than yours. Just put it out there.
You say that. You just do those big AAA titles. You play them once and you're done. Which
there's a couple
maybe that's great.
You know,
you play the game once, it does what it does. All I know is that I would never play Barbie and her sister's Puppy Rescue.
That's not one of mine anymore.
Anymore.
I took it off the list. I did add one new one and removed one of the others. I cannot recall what the other one was. God of War. I just got rid of God of War because what I was looking at it, I was like, there's a couple of these games that are just legitimately my favorite games of all time, and if they're on the list, like for instance, Last of Us, God of War, games like that. So this is what mine looked like. If I
You
can
even
get
got
it in
different
there.
colors. What the?
I ran out. I ran out of this. No, other side. This color, the blue. So I had to switch gears. So that's what it is. So we have Batman Arkham Asylum, Mega Man 2, Bloodborne, Borderlands 3, Pixel Junk Monsters, Dead Space, Halo 2, Saints Row 2, Tetris, BioShock, Warhawk, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
I like some of them games.
So, just out of curiosity, no, we'll do that in a second. I'm going to give you my 15-second rundown of why these are the greatest games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to start this thing right now. We're going to start up here. Pixel Junk Monsters. It's just an awesome tower defense game. It doesn't really get made too frequently on consoles, so it was nice to see something come in. I like the way that the Tiki Man stands and dance by the tower to upgrade them, and it's just got a really great difficulty curve as it goes. Borderlands 2, awesome multiplayer game, although I never actually, not a single time, played Borderlands 2 with more than just myself. But I like the humor, the comedy, the fun side of it, the guns, everything about it was just amazing. Plus the cel shaded look keeps it from ever expiring. Bloodborne, kick your teeth in, but make you feel good about it. It's something that you actually feel like you're growing and becoming better at along the way. Creature design, everything about it, just a fantastic game, scary game. It's a Soulsborne style game. Yeah, it created the name. Mega Man 2, partially nostalgia based, but it is the greatest side scroller of all time, in my opinion. It introduced the manic running, jumping, hopping, sliding, whatever mechanics. No sliding in this game specifically, but like you'd like to see in a Super Mario Brothers game. But instead, it gives you a little bit more variety in the bosses and weapons, and you steal their powers and you work your way up. Soundtrack is the best soundtrack of any game ever made. Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm a huge Batman fan. Call me a sucker. But it introduces the rogues gallery perfectly, and it has a phenomenal story, makes it fun, makes it entertaining. Also, it's pretty creepy. Some scary stuff in there. You notice a little bit of horror aspects on mine here, and we'll go into that more with Dead Space. One of the greatest survival horror games of all time. You play as Isaac Clarke, which is basically just a maintenance worker who gets put into a bad situation while trying to save his girlfriend and a crew of miners, things like that.
Planet Crackers.
There you go. One of the more scary games I've literally ever played. I love going back to it, and it has a few very minor RPG elements where you upgrade your suit, upgrade your weapons, and things of the sort. So it's great. Halo 2, the best Halo game that has ever existed. A good switch, change of pace for playing just as Master Chief, but you also play as the Arbiter, so you get a little double-barreled storyline. You see him kind of defecting from the Covenant, et cetera, et cetera. Also, the multiplayer was fantastic. We had a great time playing that back in the day. You were there. You saw it happen, and we had a great time.
I saw things I didn't want to see.
That's true. Saints Row 2, GTA clone. But in my opinion, it just does it better because it is actually funny and fun, and it's all lighthearted, and the tone of it can be a little bit darker at times, but at the same time creates just a more exciting, more fun game all around. It doesn't make you feel too bombarded by the ins and outs of the hefty, realistic tone of the GTA games, in my opinion. Tetris is just the best puzzle game, in my opinion. It is probably, again, one of my favorite games of all time, but I don't know if it can stack up against some of these. Great soundtrack, great difficulty level. I'm a master, but I'm not a Japanese master. I can play it as good as an American can. BioShock, one of the best first-person shooters with light RPG mechanics of all time. Also, it's creepy. Everyone knows what BioShock is. Great story, great twists, great weapons, great plasmids. It's amazing. Warhawk multiplayer game. This game defined my early 20s. We played the absolute shit out of this game. Land, sea, air battles, no sea, land, foot, air battles, and great weapons, great vehicles, great maps, great time. Super Mario Bros. 3, again, one of the best side-scrolling platformers of all time. Awesome soundtrack, great secrets. This game, for me, has probably the best hidden portions of a game, much like you would find in like a Wolfenstein or a Doom. You have to go around and click on every single wall to be able to open the doors, but this one specifically, you find a block and you drop down, introduce the Tanuki suit, hammer throwing. It's just amazing. It's amazing. The boot. And then the last on my list is Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Just one of the best superhero games. You dropped into a sandbox as the Incredible Hulk. You can run super fast, jump super high, and destroy everything. So, what's not to love?
Dude, on that Warhawk you were talking about it, and my eyes just glazed over, and I just remember like getting the Jeep, throwing a proximity mine on the front of my Jeep, and just like ramming into the enemy like a tank
I
full of guys, and just like Muhammad
absolutely
Jihad,
forgot about
motherfucker.
that. Yep, you get that person with the flag. They have the last flag, and they're running towards their base. You just strap a mine onto the front of that. You could put down what, like 4 or 6 mines.
Yeah, you could put them on every corner of the Jeep, dude. You can make it crazy. I just remember like having two people in the Jeep. I had proximity mines, and like you just roll up to something like a tank or something, and then just get out and just slap a prox mine on it, and hopefully you can get back in your friend's Jeep and just roll off, and they're just like ding ding boom. It's
Yep, that
beautiful.
was the way to take them out. That was the way to take them out. John, of this list,
Hmm.
which games? Well, let me do this first. I'm sorry, I forgot this step. I'm going to remove what I would consider to be literally my favorite game of all time. So I'm just going to knock this guy right here out.
Yeah,
It
you were talking about that.
it for me is the greatest game ever made. I go back to it 2 times a year, and it never gets old. But the way we removed these from the board the last time is I introduced my spin into it. But out of these games, which ones have you played? Obviously, you've played Warhawk. Obviously, you've played Halo 2.
Hmm.
Uh, you have to have played Tetris at some point in your life.
Yep.
Okay. Borderlands 2, I know you've played.
Yep. Pixel
Dead
junk.
Space, Pixel Junk. And I think the rest are probably no-goes, right?
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Okay.
Come on. And then BioShock.
You've played BioShock? I don't
I
believe you.
didn't. I got like 22% on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus.
I haven't even beat the BioShock Infinite yet either.
It's a good game. It's a
I
good game.
suck. Okay.
So that is how our wires have crossed there. So I'm going to do exactly what we did. I wish I would have put it in a way that you could do it, just to keep me from seeing here. But I'm gonna try to grab
I
these
didn't
as
know.
I know it's my fault. I decided this 15 minutes before we went to record. I'm gonna grab these as randomly as I can, and I'm gonna add them to the board, and I won't see them
Everybody's gonna
until.
watch your eyes. They're gonna watch the focus of your eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Don't look down.
All right, boom. Hulk, Ultimate Destruction, and Pixel Junk Monsters. For me, I think this is an easy choice. I think that I got to say goodbye. I'm sad to see him go in round one. I'm sad to see him go, but I think I got to get rid of Hulk, Ultimate Destruction.
I
It's
was
a
like,
great
there's
game.
tons of playability in Pixel Junk. I bought that. I bought that on PlayStation 3. I bought that on PSP, and I bought that on PC. Like they supported Linux, and I was like, get that. And Madison and I played that a ton. I haven't beat the third one though. Madison and I kind of like the third one's like, or not the third one, but the
The second
follow
one,
up.
right?
Yeah, the
Isn't
sequel.
it
Yeah.
just yeah?
I don't like
It's
the
one of
3D
those games.
aspect.
I agree. I agree. It's one of those games that I actually didn't even mention the multiplayer, but the multiplayer kind of just makes it magic because you are fighting over coins. It is cooperative completely, but you are
There's a lot of stuff.
yeah.
I
You
need you to
have people.
upgrade your towers.
Yeah, and you're just standing over there upgrading this. And I don't know. It is the only frustrating thing about it, but I think it's the only difficulty that you can find inside of a tower defense game in general. It's just the fact that you can make it to the end of a level, and then the shit hits the fan, and it's just done. You're
Your whole
just like, oh,
plan's done.
well, I've lost. And it takes sometimes a good 40 minutes to get to the end of the level. And then that boss comes through and wrecks shop, and you're just like, well, I didn't do that in time because
Start over
usually, especially
tomorrow.
on the harder difficulties, you actually have to be destroying your towers and upgrading and
Yeah,
moving
because
stuff around.
your coin poor, and so you've got to like, okay, I need to upgrade them to the black tower so I can get more gems to do the upgrades. Yeah, it's a real budgeting. It's you got a budget.
It's
So
true, and it's fun. Here's
life
round
skills.
2 of round 1. Borderlands 2 and Saints Row 2, a couple of sequels on the board here. This is a good one.
I can't believe you never played Borderlands 2 with us. Oh, you probably played it on. I played it on PlayStation 3.
We played. I played on the Xbox 360 actually, but we did play Borderlands the pre-sequel. We played. Um, is that the only one that we played together?
That's the only one we played together because you didn't play Borderlands 2 with us.
Man, I think I have to go with. I think I got to get rid of Saints Row 2. it's just a game that I haven't revisited. Borderlands 2 is a game I've jumped back to on several occasions. I think it's a great multiplayer game, even though I never really got to experience the multiplayer side of it. But I had a lot of fun. The Tiny Tina just cracked me up at every turn, and I just had an absolute blast. It's a game that pulled me back when I was going through a really tough point in my life because I had just moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was alone, and I was just looking to kill some time, and I picked it up. I was like, I'm going to give this thing a shot, and turns out I really loved it. I had a really good time. So here we go. Next round. BioShock and Bloodborne. Wow. This is good because out of all these games that right here, these two
are they on par?
They really are. I mean, they are solo experiences. There's no multiplayer to be had for the most part. Bloodborne does have a minor drop-in, drop-out co-op that you can bring someone into to play a boss or something like that. But I actually never dabbled in that. Wow, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. But that's the point. That's the point. That's why we call it Kill Your Babies, John. I hate to do this. I hate to do this.
Just do it.
I think I'm just wondering if there's recency bias. I have played through the original BioShock roughly 3 or so times in my life. The only reason I'm doing this, is because the replayability, once that twist is gone, it does destroy an aspect of the game, whereas Bloodborne holds up. For all of those reasons, I'm going to say the Bloodborne is going to move on.
Making it to round 2.
It makes me so sad.
Why?
It's it's just two of the greatest games ever made. All right, Dead Space and Super Mario Brothers 3. I think it's a pretty easy choice for me. I think you are sitting here thinking it's one of the easy choices for you, but I think that there is going to be
on the opposite side of you.
That's what you're going to do. I guarantee it. Although I think that it is one of the greatest games. I think the horror aspect is fantastic. I think I got to kick it to the curb because the replayability of Super Mario Brothers 3 is just nonstop for me.
Yeah, it's like
just nonstop. Once you play Dead Space, you had a good time with it, but you have a tendency to move on. Super Mario Brothers 3, it's a good game. It's a good game. Plus, we got to get some original NES's games represented here.
That's true. Well, we were shy on the Sega side. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I mean, what do you put on the list?
You got Voltron, Voltman or Voltrex or whatever it is, Sonic. That's what you got in the old Sega.
What is Voltrex?
It's the ball guy, and he had.
You're talking about Vector Man.
Vector Man. Start with a V.
Yeah, you say we don't have enough Sega represented on these lists. It's because you never played any Sega. Don't act like you did.
I played some Sega.
Eco the Dolphin Hunter?
Echo.
I know it was a joke. Here we go. Warhawk and Batman Arkham Asylum. This is also a very, very tough one. As I stated before, this is one of those games, Warhawk specifically, that kind of defined my early 20s. It really brought me together with you guys. We got together. We had a blast with the PlayStation 3. Batman Arkham Asylum. It is an amazing third-person Batman game. Again, this is one of those games that I picked up while I was in Tulsa, too. I never really gave it the time of day. I got into it a little too late. But I've gone back to it several times. Warhawk is the kind of game that I wish I could go back to. If we could get this thing on the PC up and running, woo, doggy.
That's what I was saying. I was like, man, Sony, I would buy Warhawk on PC so we could replay it. Maybe they would get me in a PS5 console if that came out and we could get all our friends on it. I'd probably be like, fuck.
And we'd play it for about 30 minutes and go, wow, this game sucks.
Whatever.
All right. Goodbye to Batman. I hate to do it.
I'm looking at Warhawk on PC right now, dude. I'm telling you.
All right, last two. And it's breaking my heart. Halo 2 and Tetris, my friend. I think this is an easy one for me because I think that we have represented the multiplayer games enough on this list. I think I can get rid of Halo 2. For me, the Halo series is great for exactly what it is. The multiplayer side is fantastic. I have a lot of fun with it. I really love it. Um, but it's not one that I need in my life. Whereas Tetris is something that I don't know that I can live without. I just don't know if I can. So with that being said, you know what the sad thing is? This was
Do you have
not
that on your
planned.
phone?
Tetris?
Yeah.
I don't, because I don't like playing it with touch controls. But I used to whenever we had the old buttons. The old buttons, you know? So this is what my round 2 will look like. And I didn't plan this, but I got rid of all but one of the blue ones, John.
It's true. Wonder why.
Are you still scrolling around the internet? You're not even paying attention.
I am paying attention.
You're
But
watching old.
yes, I'm not watching videos. I'm looking at where I can get. There's something
Warhawk.
about Warhawk Reborn. I'm just like, what is that? What is that? I think it's mostly zip stuff. Back online in yeah, it says Warhawk back online in 2020. I'll watch it later.
All
I'm
right, John.
excited now. Yes.
John.
Yes, I'm ready.
We're back. We're back, and we're going to round 2 of your
Plan B, baby. Let's do it.
Kill Your Babies. You ready?
Yep. You know what's going to happen.
I don't know what's going to happen. Do you know what's going to happen already?
Yes, I already know. It's been foretold.
Round 2.
Warcraft 3 survives.
Why?
Why? Because I still own a copy. Way more hours than playing Pokemon 3. And I don't think I could find another person to trade or combat in Pokemon 3. They just remastered Warcraft 3 because it had such a great following, and I'm sure people will still play the original. So, done. Now, if they had a Pokemon Red version on the mobile, I'd probably pick that up. They could charge you $20. I'd be like, sold.
Sold.
Warzone 2100 and Sins of Solar Empire.
Is this the game that you were smashing your dad on?
No. I mean, I could on those, though. You know what I'm saying? Man. I'm going to have to say Sins of Solar Empire. Man, Stardock. Damn it. Yeah. I will say Sins of Solar Empire survives. I know it had like the greatest tech tree of all time. Honestly, it would confuse the hell out of people today.
Are you sure?
No, get rid of Star. Just get rid of Sins of Solar Empire. I don't know. Damn it. Yeah, they have those expansions, man. Yeah, get rid of Sins of Solar Empire. We're gonna go with Just get rid of it, James.
It's gone. It has been
dragging your
betrayed.
feet.
It is no longer one of the best games of all time. It is just a game. It is just a game. It was there, and now it's not. It was
Well, that's
forgotten.
what I thought. I was like, you know what? Out of like originality, there are other games that are like that now. That I might have found them after that. I don't know if that one was the first one, but that game.
You know, I think if I were to sit down and say what I thought your top 3 would be, I think that I just tossed out one of the ones that would have ended up there.
Yeah.
But the way the cookie is crumbled, one of these games is going to make it into your top 3.
Get rid of Alien 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all. Wow, you've really thrown me through a loop, John. But there's
a couple glitches in the game that really pissed me off.
A couple. The whole game.
No,
this is your top 3, okay? You have orcs, mutant turtles.
They're green. They could be orcs.
And whatever the shit this game is. I don't know anything about it.
You got 5 hours? You want to play?
Not today.
Everybody just races like on the new ones. If you ever play multiplayer today, I haven't played in like maybe a year or something on that. But everybody's just like racing down the tech tree right now. They've got a second monitor. They're just trying to get to assault guns. They're doing all the machine gun research they can and trying to get the cyborgs, and they just like spam cyborgs. Anyway.
Now, just to remind, this is on to round 2 for me. And mine looked like this: Warhawk, Super Mario Bros. 3, Bloodborne, Borderlands 2, and Tetris and Pixel Junk Monsters. I do like that as soon as I start talking, you click off.
Hey, I was just looking at the Warhawk. You said Warhawk again. I'm triggered. What do you want from me?
So it comes down to Tetris and Pixel Junk Monsters. I think this is going to be an easy one, and I think we're going to have some representation a little bit later in the game. But I'm going to go with the original Tetris is going to be making it through for me. I think I got to get rid of Pixel Junk Monsters. It's a great tower defense game, but when you ain't got nobody around to play it with, it's just another game. So goodbye, Pixel Junk Monsters. I think I can easily make that choice. Tetris, one of my favorite games of all time, is going to be sticking with the list. Now, we're adding 2 more. I just kicked one away on accident, putting him back. And that is going to be Super Mario Bros. 3 and Bloodborne.
Bum, 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 bum.
And I'm actually liking the way that this is shaking up here a little bit. I'm kind of surprised, but I'm going to go ahead and move. It's an easy choice. Bloodborne. Bloodborne. Scary, challenging, hours and hours and hours of gameplay. Super Mario Brothers, tons of secrets to find. Great diversity in the gameplay, the levels, the suits. It's a blast. It's a blast. In my opinion, it's the best Super Mario Brothers game that has ever existed. But that one is gone, and that leaves me with trigger word.
Yeah, I'm about to click on my web browser.
And Borderlands 2. And the thing about this is, man, I think it's a pretty easy choice. Borderlands 2, played it by myself, got me through some hard times. Great character growth, development, humor, a myriad of guns. Great villain, actually. I didn't even mention that. One of the best villains in video game with Handsome Jack. And then you have Warhawk. No single player. Limited maps, but still great maps. Limited arsenal. Great expansions. But I think I got to say goodbye to Borderlands 2. What are you shaking your head for?
I was just thinking on like future playability, but I'll get it. Warhawk on PC.
Here we go.
30 packs, dude. Yeah, we'll have to trash it out. 30 packs, and we'll just play some Warhawk. Oh my gosh.
John, are you ready for round 3?
Ich bin bereit.
I guess that's a maybe. All right, we're gonna make this easy for you. Okay.
We're gonna make it easy. Okay. I like easy.
Round
easy peasy squeeze me.
Round 3 for John looks a little bit of something like this: Warcraft 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and Warzone 2100. John.
What? So we got TMT and Warzone 2100. I'll let it go.
You know that's what you're gonna choose, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I heard they came out with a new one. Ubisoft did, but no. I haven't played the new one, so.
You know, I have the SNES Classic, and it has this game on it, and I have the 2 controllers. We could have been playing this the whole time you were here.
We didn't have enough time, man.
We didn't. All right. That's going to do it. Now we have one more round here before we go into the finals, round 4.
Which baby shall survive?
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I thought you were going.
No, you got one more choice to make.
You're just putting the last 2 up there. Oh shit. Heroes of Might Magic 3 is gonna be Warcraft 3. For sure. I know, it's sad. It's depressing. That's why I'm just like, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 beats Warzone 2100. No.
Final round. Here we go, John. What's it going to be?
Man, War So Warcraft 3 is going to beat Warzone 2100. It's not because of its original gameplay, but it's just a well-made game. They've made the MOBA games based after the same engine. There were cool little knickknacks in the worlds. You could hire the goblins and get the goblins to like massacre trees, and it was, yeah, there's a little too much chaos in Warzone 2100. As war breeds chaos.
Just kicking your dad to the curb, just like that.
That's not my dad. My dad's never played Warzone 2100.
He thought you loved him. Little did he know. You love
Heroes of Might and Magic.
That's the dad game?
That's the dad game.
All right, so he's still represented. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. All right, so John, your surviving child is Warcraft 3. How does that make you feel?
Why are they both 3s? What's up with that?
That's a good point, actually. You're just a big trilogy kind of guy. But how does that make you feel? Did that went exactly how you thought it was going to go?
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were going to save Heroes of Might and Magic 3 to the end, or you're talking about Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft.
Not necessarily. I think some of those decisions, I think, like, wish I had more time to think about it for the purpose of a video or something like that. Really just have to fly a little bit by the hip. And it's kind of hard to compare and contrast some of those games. Yes, I know I'm a big RTS guy. And it came down to 2 RTSs, but none of these games are exactly alike. Like, they're not clones of each other or anything like that. So, no. I didn't expect it to be Warcraft 3.
But you're happy that it was.
Yeah. Glad it's not Patapon, even though I did like that game.
That's funny. All right, here we go. This is my last round here, and it's going to start out with some Tetris and some Warhawk. The reason I'm going to choose the game that I'm choosing here is because it has stood the test of time. You immediately clicked off, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to pay attention."
You said Warhawk again. I'm watching my cursor just go over to my browser. I'm like,
well, here, let's get rid of it for you. I love the things that we had. I love the games that we played, but it's not a game that's there for me today. I can't go back to it. I can't play around in that world, although it is available on PlayStation. What's it called? Now, PS Now. That's what it is. Great game, but Tetris is going to be the one that stands the test of time. And I'm not going to play games with it myself here. I'm not going to throw Mega Man 2 back into the mix because it's going to easily take the crown just based off nostalgia alone. But I've not played any game in my entire life more than I've played Mega Man 2. And I just mean beginning to end. I'm not talking about total hours.
Whatever. When you're in hospice, you'll be playing that Tetris game and forget all about Mega Man and your family. So,
the finals for James Black's Kill Your Babies, Bloodborne, and Tetris. And I just want to reiterate, John, we just put 13 games out there that were our favorite games of all time. It might not be our favorite game of all time, because I left, like I said at the beginning, some of the games that I love off this list. I didn't put Last of Us on here. I didn't put God of War 2017 or 18 or whatever year that was.
You knew what was coming.
Yeah, because I didn't. If I did,
like, I can't choose.
Yeah, if I had if I had 13 A+ titles that I could easily rank as my favorite, like 100% favorite games of all time, it'd be a little tighter. We would have the Tetris and the Bloodborne. We would have the Mega Man 2, The Last of Us Part 2. We would have God of War. We would have Super Mario Brothers 3.
I feel like you're stalling.
BioShock. I am stalling because my heart wants me to choose Tetris, but my current recency bias wants me to choose Bloodborne. Here's the question. When I put Tetris on this list originally, the plan for me was for it to be an all-inclusive, all-encompassing game. How do you feel about those terms? That would be Tetris, Tetris Attack, Tetris Effect, Tetris 99, Tetris NES, Tetris Mobile back in the day on my little flip phone. How do you feel about that? Is that cheating, or does it have to be a version of Tetris specifically?
I'd say it has to be like the OG, man. I imagine the Game Boy version. That's what I imagine.
Yep. So you're thinking this needs to be the OG original Game Boy version of Tetris exclusively?
Yeah, because I mean, like, you can't do like Warcraft RTS and then have all three of them in there. StarCraft 1 and 2, because that might change the dynamic. Because if you just say Alien vs Predator, I mean, I've got a side scroller. I've got 1, 2, and 3. I've got the 2010 version. I mean,
yeah, but most of these games are similar enough to just be versions of those games, you know? It's not like StarCraft 2 was just a reskin of StarCraft 1.
No, it was a travesty.
Nah, we're not getting into it. This, based off these terms, this has to be a one-off game. Tetris itself, the Game Boy / NES version, whatever, there is no one version of Tetris that beats out Bloodborne. It is a standalone on its own, all-encompassing, great game. So it is my choice for the winner of the first inaugural award of James Black's Dead Babies, Kill Your Babies off. He clicked off again. He's no longer listening.
I did click off. I was thinking about that. I was like, is this where I can switch back over, James? I'm just going to throw it on the side. I'm just going to throw it on the side here. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm not going to... I got to figure out why it's small. Expand the window. Warcraft 3, Heroes of Might Magic 3. Yep, we're looking at it. Got the Bloodborne Mega Man 2.
And that is the end of the first.
What are you talking about? I thought Heroes of Might Magic was going to take the crown. Give it the crown.
No, we're not taking the crown. What are you talking about? It didn't win shit. Your favorite game of all time, your Kill Your Babies champion, is Warcraft 3.
And rightfully so.
You know what you should have done?
I will
killed one of your other babies.
No,
You should have sacrificed Patapon to keep Heroes of Might and Magic 3 on the list.
Magic 3 was on the list.
It wasn't.
You took it off because you were like, oh, I can't do this.
That's what I'm saying. You could have played the game differently. You could have said, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and sacrifice one of these other, like, oh, I know Patapon. I know that Alien 3 is going to be the greatest game of all time, so let's kick it off. And then that way you knew you could stack the deck, but you didn't because you were too scared.
I don't know about here, but
monster. But John, thank you for participating in this episode, number 1 of the Kill Your Babies.
What did I win?
Podcast. You won the satisfaction of knowing that I put 15 minutes worth of effort into developing this, and I look forward to what the next one might be. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching the Nobody Entertainment Kill Your Babies. You guys have a great night. John, hit them with a little bit of something. It can be whatever you want.
Hit them with a little something. If your sausage is wet, dry it out.